Lenay's track on Spotify last week, and I was like, ooh, this is dark. Like, who's this? And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's Lenay? And then I showed it to Jacob and a couple of guys around the office, and they're like, yo, this is awesome. Like, I wonder if we could get her in. And I text her, and she's like, yeah, I'd love to come and play it. And we had it all ready, and then this girl is sick. She can't sing, but she's still been a champ, and she's come in anyway. She's got out of her deathbed.
I did. I've been in bed for like 3 days.
And she's come in to she's like, I can't sing it, but I'll at least tell you guys about it. So what we did, so for all of you that so we posted this yesterday. We got so many questions. So it's called Never Enough, and we had a couple questions, and they're not my questions because the fans actually already did it for me. So, hey Lenay, what was your inspiration to write Never Enough?
What was my inspiration? Well, let's see. I wrote Never Enough in Nashville with Kaio and Bree Kennedy, and it was so fun. It was, let's see. Basically, I think the concept around the song is that I think a lot of people, everybody has different dreams, everybody has different things they're striving for in life. And sometimes it can just seem like never enough, like the amount of success you get and whatever you're striving for. I know it's like so important to be happy like in right now, and I think I am. I'm so thankful for like little moments, but it's so easy just to think like nothing is ever enough, like likes on Instagram, likes on you know, whatever that is. And I think there's just this mentality that like no matter what you have, you need more. And it's so easy to fall into that and kind of taking a step back and just like appreciating what there is just like day to day and like living in the moment. But I think I think there's especially, and the music, there's like a lyric video and a music video that might come, depending on a few things. And I think like that's the message behind the video too. It's more centered towards like almost like the social media game and kind of like when is it enough to like go for more likes and what are your lines with like that and almost what you share of yourself to do that. So just basically whatever line of work you're in, I think a lot of things can just seem like never enough. You know,
you were obviously feeling that way when you wrote the song? Because you seem like, I mean, obviously you're doing so well. You're this girl from Minnesota who's just killing it online, and look where you are now. You know, you're at the Fox Club, you're getting interviewed, and all that sort of thing. You know, even you feel that as well sometimes? Oh
yeah, sure. I think like even, especially with Instagram, like I have my own values, my own things of what I think are like fun to post. But even I remember like one time I posted that and my dad called me and he's like, what did you just post? I'm like, what is it bad? My dad has an Instagram at Ted, 9 times Ted, where he imitates mine. And I kind of almost realized it where he said, he called me, he goes, well, some of the, he's like, he was having fun imitating some, but some of them he wouldn't imitate because they were crossing his line of what he would want to imitate of his daughter. Yeah. And sometimes I would post one and almost be, I'm like, if I'm embarrassed, my dad would see this. Is that like a line somewhere? Sure. And kind of just asking myself these questions. And I honestly think I'm like the most PC person ever and have those, but even seeing myself wonder those things, that's kind of where the song came from.
Someone else has written, did you basically asking, did you play any of the instruments on the song? Or you just sang on that one?
That one I sang on, I don't think I played any instruments.
Oh yeah, because you play piano, right?
I do play piano. I'm very good at playing piano, but I do not like playing piano. I'm not good at playing guitar, but I love playing on guitar. But I did play guitar in one song that I haven't released yet. But I'm not good at it. Like I literally did it, and then the producer was like, you know, there's something really cool and homemade about that, so let's keep it. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's like this thing, like there's something authentic and cute about the way you play guitar, but I'm like, I'll take it. And I like raw mistakes too, so even if that guitar is kind of twangy or whatever it is, I love it.
Are you gonna release your song called City in your next album?
I love how my fans know songs that I've written and like haven't even released. A lot of times I'll write songs and then I just either won't release them or I'll just write new ones, and you know, there's just some I won't release. City.
Wow, good.
Yeah, that is one I've written and I've never even produced. I think I maybe played an acoustic version live once, or not even live, maybe, I don't know. Have I ever showed you guys that song? But yeah, gosh, I forget. It's surprising. It always, you know, makes me stop for a second, forgetting that people know these songs that I've written and haven't showed anybody. Yeah. But obviously, I told my fans about it because they like ask, and I'm like, oh, here's this. So yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Making you think of maybe.
I actually almost forgot about that song.
All right.
Like I should maybe. I thought about taking some of my old songs and then seeing, now that I know my vibe better. It's so hard to take songs that you write acoustically and hop in with the producer if you don't know what direction to give them, which was my experience at first when I did music. It's like, here's my song. You could take that melody and make it country. You could make that rock. Yep. Like, you could make that anything. You can make that like Bruno Mars, like Taylor Swift, like Lana Del Rey, like anything, and it's so different. So I think if you don't have a clear vision, they'll just turn out like probably whatever the producer's guessing, because if you're not telling them, you know? And so I think that was when I first started writing, that was a lot of my songs. I just didn't know the direction to give them, so they just, they're sitting over there. Yeah. But maybe one day I'll come back to them and be like, now that I know, like, let's make it like this, you know?
Now
let's make it dark and vibey.
Yeah, it was dark and vibey. That's cool. So you said you recorded in Nashville. Did you go there specifically to write?
Yep. Yeah, I went there and we wrote 2 songs in 2 days and finished them. And this was the favorite.
Oh, another one from Nicole Ponseca. She said, who's your favorite songwriter?
Julia Michaels, I think.
Okay.
Every song that comes on, but my boyfriend's always just like, I think you like Julia Michaels, because I'm like, I think she wrote the song. I think she wrote the song too. This sounds like a Julia Michaels song. Let's check. And I was right the last time. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she
I just did that in the elevator today.
Do you have any dates for concerts yet?
No, but I just spoke about that the other week, and I'm excited. I've been invited to a few, and I'm not ready yet. So I performed. I've had 4 shows so far, and I performed with the band. But now revisiting, hopefully touring this year, and I would love to. And I think I want dancers and possibly a DJ.
Do you mean 2020?
Yep.
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 You got a lot to do
this month. This month.
What I did, and you guys got to pay attention here, right? Because I've made this up and it's never been done before, I don't think. Well, it might have been. Okay, so in this popcorn container, there is 10 sentences, all right? And so basically what I wanted to do is, because I feel like Spanish is so much more romantic sounding than English. You know, you can make it sound so flirty and sexual and lovely.
Refrigerador.
Yeah. I've cut out 10 sentences, right? 5 of them are really romantic and sweet, and 5 of them are just kind of weird and gross, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to pick it out. I want you to translate it in, because it's in English, obviously. I want you to translate it into Spanish, but you've got to do it. Here's the challenge. You've got to do it in your most romantic tone.
Okay.
And I've got to guess whether it's actually romantic or it's gross, all right? And the challenge is...
test my vocabulary.
Yeah, so what I want you to do, so when you read the question out, I want you to look as lovingly into this camera as you can. Okay. And I've got to guess if it's weird or it's actually romantic, all right? Okay. Yeah, I'll put it to sound there for you. Thanks.
Okay. Acabo de comer mucho queso y no siento mal sobre eso.
Wow, that sounded beautiful. I'm going to say sounded pretty romantic.
No.
Do you want to read what it...
Well, I rough translation. This says, I just ate a whole wheel of cheese and I don't even feel bad about it.
Okay.
I said, I just ate a lot of cheese and I do not feel bad about it. Because I didn't know how to say wheel.
You actually did say queso. Come on,
yeah, I actually thought you'd catch that.
I did. Damn it. All right, you go.
Okay. Oh, you go.
No. I can't speak Spanish. That's the whole game here.
Okay. Okay. Eres la primera cosa en que pienso cuando despierto y la última antes de dormir.
No, I thought I was better at Spanish than this. I didn't get any of that. I'm going to say romantic.
That one is romantic. That is the only romantic one I've had so far.
All right. I'll read it out.
Read it while I pick another one.
You're the first thing I think about when I wake up, and the last thing I think about before I fall asleep.
See, that's cute. Okay. Voy a amarte para siempre, solo si paras de hablar.
Now I have no idea. This is the guess. I'm going to say that's not romantic.
Actually, that's funny. It starts out romantic and then it turns not romantic pretty quick.
Do you want to? All right. I'll read it out.
You read it.
All right. It says, I would love you forever if you just stopped talking.
That's a good one.
You go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo viajaría miles y miles de años solo para estar contigo.
This, I guess, from your body language, that was sweet.
That was sweet, actually.
All right, I'll read it out for the English speakers. See, there's a lot of your audience are obviously Spanish. They're laughing at me, not knowing what you're talking about.
They're probably wondering why I'm reading those ones really sensually.
Yeah, that's the game. You're too good at this. I would travel thousands of miles just to be with you. Perfect.
Aww.
Sure.
Yeah.
So someone's written and said, they wrote, where did Xavier get those lines from in the game? Is this what he slides into DM? Good question. Good question. I came up with them with my girlfriend this morning, but that's a good idea. And I'll actually read them to you. I don't know how if we got through a couple of them, but here are the 5 that we had in the bucket, right? So the 5 questions the statements were that she had to make it sound romantic in Spanish was, "I'm sorry I have to cancel our date. I'm extremely constipated."
I didn't want to say that one.
I would love you forever if you just stopped talking.
I said that one.
Yeah. If you don't stop this car, it's going to get messy in here.
I kind of said that one.
Then, the next one was, "I just ate a whole wheel of cheese and I don't even feel bad about it."
That was my favorite one.
Yeah. And then the last one was, I don't know if you saw this one, "You may want to give it 5 minutes before you go into the bathroom."
I did see that one. I didn't want to say it.
If you like what you saw, make sure you check out some of our other videos right here, and also be sure to subscribe to our channel right here for new videos coming out every week.